Hello, my dear student friends. Welcome to our channel. Today, we are going to continue the second frequency response plot called polar plot. So, what is a polar plot? Polar plot, okay? Polar plot. You know what is polar coordinate, okay? So, it has magnitude with the phase angle, okay? So we have to find magnitude and phase angle. So we can also represent the polar plot in a normal graph sheet. So with real and imaginary. So this is real of g of j omega, real of g of j omega. This is imaginary, okay? Imaginary of g of j omega. Okay, so this plot normally consists of magnitude and phase of g of s and h of s in polar coordinates. Okay, where this the locus of polar plot can be obtained by varying the frequency in radian. Okay, frequency in radian per second. Okay, radian per second is varying from 0 to infinity. So when we vary the omega from 0 to infinity, we will be obtaining the various magnitude values and the phase angle values. So if we plot in either in polar sheet, in polar graph sheet, which has both angle as well as the magnitude values, right? So it is polar plot is nothing but the plot of it consists of plot of magnitude and phase angle of g of j omega and h of j omega, right? So when we vary from omega from 0 to infinity. So the sinusoidal transfer function of g of j omega is complex function, right? So what is this is also a frequency response plot. Frequency response plot. So what is frequency response? Again, we go back to the frequency response content. What is frequency response? It is the steady state output of the system when the input is sinusoidal. Okay, so sinusoidal is nothing but a complex. It's a complex function. Okay, so it's a complex function. So these plots, actually, there are the extended version of this polar plot is called Nyquist plot. Nyquist plot. Okay, so these two plots are used to find out the gain margin, phase margin, and used to find the range of k for stable operation. Range of k for stability. Okay, stability. So this is the main main concepts. Also used to find the number of poles in the right hand poles in the S domain. Okay, so it is also used to find the number of poles on the right hand side. Right hand poles can be also found from using this plot. Okay, so the g of j omega is the frequency transfer function, can be separated as real part and imaginary part. Okay, by taking conjugate and other factors, right? So basically, it is a component of real of g of j omega plus imaginary part of g of j omega, right? In polar form, it is represented by g of j omega can be represented by magnitude of g of j omega and the phase angle, right? Is phase angle of g of j omega. So that's why it is magnitude and phase angle. So the first step, convert the given transfer function into frequency transfer function in, this is must, in time constant form. Okay, next find out magnitude, find magnitude and phase angle, then substitute for the magnitude in the magnitude expression, substitute omega equal to 0 and find the magnitude. Then omega is the magnitude and so when substitute omega equal to 0 in both magnitude and phase angle, determine magnitude value and the phase angle value for 0. Then determine, substitute omega equal to infinity, find the magnitude value and phase angle value. So using these points, omega 0, magnitude and phase, omega infinity, magnitude and phase angle. Using these parameters, we can plot the response of polar plot, right? So it is seen this expression, the phase of magnitude, okay, phase R of magnitude m and phase angle phi, okay. As the input frequencies vary from 0 to infinity, the magnitude of phase angle and the phase magnitude and phase angle can change. Hence, it is the tip of a phasor of G of j omega, right? So when we traces locus in the complex plane, the locus is obtained. Locus is obtained, known as polar plot. The locus of G of j omega in the complex plane is called polar plot. The point of intersection, similar to the root locus, the point of intersection POI, point of intersection of polar plot with respect to the negative real axis, right? Say the normal variation, normal point of intersection with the normal expression. So this is real, this is imaginary. So suppose when we vary the root locus, say for example, when we vary, I'll show you. Say this is one. Say assume this is a polar plot, okay, for particular transfer function. So the point of intersection on the negative real axis. This is negative real axis, right? The point of intersection on the negative real axis is calculated. Say this point is x, okay. Say x is the point here, okay. That is minus x, right? But we take only the magnitude. So let x be the point of intersection, and it is the magnitude at the phase crossover frequency. Because so when we take a phase angle from here 0, this is 90 degree, this is 180 degree, then this is 270 degree, again 360 degree, we reach back. When we take when we move the angle rotation in right in the clockwise direction, this is 0, this is minus 90 degree, this is minus 180 degree, this is minus 270 degree, right? So when we make a clockwise rotation, it becomes negative, okay. So what is as per the definition in the Bode plot, what is phase crossover frequency omega PC? It is the frequency at which the phase angle is minus 180 degree, right? The frequency omega at minus 180 degree is called phase crossover frequency. Understand? So this point intersect on the negative real axis exactly at minus 180 degree. So this distance, say this is the distance, this distance say called x, okay. So the x is the phasor, the magnitude of point of intersection on the negative real axis at the phase angle of minus 180 degree. So this magnitude is used to used as to find the gain margin, okay. So what is a gain margin? Gain margin is nothing but 1 by x at omega PC. Okay, gain margin is 1 by x, magnitude of 1 by x at phase crossover frequency. Understand or not? So this gain margin in numeric value. So what is gain margin in dB? So gain margin in dB equal to 20 log 1 by x. 20 log 1 by x. This is the gain margin. Understand? So what is phase margin? Okay. What is phase margin from this plot? Actually, we have to draw a circle. That circle called with the real value -1, the imaginary value 0. Okay, we have to make this radius value. Take what, say exactly unit 1, say -1. So for this -1, we have to draw a circle. That is called unity circle. So this is unity circle. So we say where the unity circle meets here, okay, meets on the, say this is actually omega equal to 0. So this is increasing. So at this end, this is omega equal to infinity normally. Okay. So this point is omega PC because the angle at this point is omega PC. Similarly, you see this point, this value, when we increase from 0 to infinity, there are two frequency occurs. If sometimes it happens naturally. So this point is called omega GC, right? Omega GC. Why? The magnitude of this length, magnitude of this point is 1. Okay. So the unity 1 value. So omega GC is unity. So what is omega? What is then? If you know omega GC, we can easily tell the phase margin, right? So what is phase margin? So this is 5GC. Okay, this is 5GC. So what is phase margin? Phase margin equal to 180 plus 5GC. So what is 5GC? The phase angle at when the gain is 1. Phase angle when the gain is 1. Okay, the phase of this is the trace. This is trace of or locus of traces of locus of g of j omega varying from 0 to infinity. So this is the phase angle where the unity circle meets the polar plot. So this is phase margin and gain margin. Okay, understand or not? So this point is -1, 0, right? So this is GH plane. Okay, G of j omega, H of j omega plane. This is a typical polar plot I am drawing, right? So then what about the region of enclosure? Okay, suppose this is say this is the point where -1, j0 occur. Say when we vary g of j omega plot, it crosses here, it ends here. So this is omega equal to 0. So it is increasing, omega increasing. So at this point, omega equal to infinity, where the terminates, it starts omega equal to 0, terminates when omega is infinity, right? So this point, this portion, say I'll show, say this portion, the right hand side of the Nyquist polar plot. Okay, this is polar plot. So this region is enclosed region, right? This is called enclosed region, right? So this is stable area. A point of region, this is a point anywhere on the point. A point or region is enclosed. It ties on right hand side of the polar plot, path of the polar plot. Okay, so when we vary from 0 to infinity, for stability, for stability of the closed loop system, stability of closed loop system, right? System should not be enclosed by the point. Should not be enclosed. Should not be enclosed, right? Enclosed -1 j0 point on the polar plot. Generally, it is applied to minimum phase system. So this is very important. Minimum, this happens minimum phase system. So what is minimum phase system in generally? So minimum phase system is a stable system. Okay. So it happens, okay, only in the minimum phase system. That means no poles lie on the right hand side of the S-plane. In S-plane explanation. So if a pole, lie on right hand side of S-plane, if a pole lies on the right hand side of S-plane, then the system is called non-minimum phase system. Non-minimum phase system. Non-minimum phase system. So that means the system mostly unstable. When the pole lie on the right hand side of the S-plane, the system is unstable. So it is called non-minimum phase system. Understand? So in this figure, -1, this C here, -1, J0 is not enclosed by the polar plot. So therefore, the corresponding closed loop system is stable. Suppose if the polar plot encloses the point -1, J0, then the system may not be stable. Okay, the closed loop system may not be stable. We will be in discussing detail about when we deal with the Nyquist plot. So Nyquist plot will give the closed loop system stability. How many times it encloses the point -1 J0, right? -1 J0. Okay. Let us see some of the basic polar plots. Okay. Say first we have a G of S equal to 1 by 1 plus S tau. Okay. So this is a G of S. Understand? So first we have this is already in the time constant form. So what is the frequency transfer function? Replacing S by J omega. 1 by, better you have it K. So K in the numerator. So 1 plus J omega tau. So now let us find magnitude. What is magnitude? K divided by square root of 1 plus omega square tau square. Omega square tau square. What is the phase angle? Minus tan inverse of omega tau. Understand? Let us substitute when omega equal to 0. When omega equal to 0, what is the magnitude? Magnitude 0. Substitute omega 0. So this is 1. We will be getting just K. Just K. When omega equal to 0, magnitude is K. So what is the phase angle? Phase angle is 0. When omega is infinity, what is the magnitude? Magnitude is, when omega is infinity, so magnitude is 0. What is the phase angle? When omega in here, infinity, tan inverse of infinity, minus 90. So the locus, you see here, let us draw the polar plot, right? So say this is polar, okay? So when omega equal to 0, okay, where 0, what is magnitude? Magnitude is K. What is the phase angle? Phase angle is 0. So in the phase angle 0, the magnitude is starting with the K. Okay, K. So at this point, K. So omega is 0. So as varying from omega infinity, when infinity, what is the magnitude? 0. What is the phase angle? See, when it moves, minus indicates moves in the right hand side, right? The locus path moves towards the negative side because minus 90. So, but it terminates at 0, magnitude 0 when omega is infinity. Okay, so somewhere its locus it is moving this side. In what is the exact locus? Then we will have the intermediate value when omega is 1 by tau. When omega is 1 by tau. What is the magnitude? Magnitude is, what is the magnitude? K by root 2. K by root 2. Then what is phase angle? minus 45 degree, minus 45 degree. So you just draw a minus 45 degree line between 0 and minus 90. So this is minus 45. So in that phase angle, what is the magnitude? K by root 2. That is 0.707 times K. So this is 0.707 times K. Say obviously 0.70. Out of this is 0.707. It is like a semicircle. So it approaches 0.707. This is magnitude value 0.707 times K with an phase angle of minus 45 degree. So the locus moves like this and ends at 0. So this is the omega increasing. So this is the locus of the traces of G of j omega. This G of j omega, right? So this is called. This indicates, this magnitude indicate inside a right angle triangle, right? 90 degrees. So it must be a semicircle. For this transfer function, for this particularly type 0 first order. This is a type 0 first order system. Understand? So for type 0 first order system has semicircle as a polar plot. Shape of the polar plot is semicircle. Understand or not? Next. So similarly, we can find out the many transfer functions. So for all we have to substitute these conditions: omega 0, then omega is infinity. Find out magnitude and find out phase angle. This is called same procedure for all type of transfer functions, either first order is type 1, type 2, type 3, or order 1, order 2, order 3, etc. Right? Next we have G of the transfer function is G of S. G of S equal to, we are adding one more first order factor in the denominator, right? So K divided by 1 plus S tau 1, 1 plus S tau 2. So when we add a first order factor in the denominator, so what happens? It always starts from the previous case. Okay, start from previous case, but end at when we add one factor. So say in the previous case only this time. So this terminates at minus 90. Okay, when we add one more first order factor, you just add minus 90. Okay, so it ends at minus 180. So what is the typical polar plot for this transfer function? Very simple. So from this point, it goes and ends 0. So this is the point K at omega is 0. So this is omega increasing. At ends at magnitude is 0. At that time, omega is infinity. Understand? So it ends at minus 180 degree. So it crosses a negative imaginary axis. Next, if you have another transfer function, keep this point in mind. Then it will be easy. If you add one more factor, first order factor, type 0. System is type 0. If type 0 means the polar plot starts at 0 degree, ends at for every first order factor, we have to add minus 90, minus 90. So 1 plus S tau 1, 1 plus S tau 2, 1 plus S tau 3. So what you can easily tell. So this is minus 90 degree, minus 90 degree, minus 90 degree. So the plot starts here only at K equal to 0 and ends at minus 270. So K equal to K, this point K when omega is 0, this point magnitude is 0, so phase angle is minus 270. So it terminates at 270, magnitude 0, then omega is infinity here. So increasing omega, Understand? Then if you add one more factor, or say if you have a g of g of s, we are going to add one more type 1, we are adding one type 1 system, say s into 1 plus s tau. So in this case, what happened to our polar plot, right? So what is that? Let us substitute g of j omega k by j omega 1 plus j omega tau. What is magnitude? Magnitude is k divided by omega square root of 1 plus omega square tau square. What is the phase angle? Phase angle equal to minus 90 degree. One type 1. This is type 1 system. So one S term. This S term contributes minus 90 minus tan inverse of omega tau. Minus tan inverse of omega tau. Let us find the magnitude when omega is 0. So what is the magnitude? Magnitude equal to, see here, omega 0. What is the magnitude? 0. Magnitude is infinity. Magnitude is infinity. What about phase angle? Phase angle minus 90. Okay, minus 90. Minus 90. When omega equal to infinity, what is the magnitude? Magnitude is 0. What is the phase angle? Minus 90. This minus infinity, minus 90 minus 90 minus 180. So the curve, the polar plot starts. Okay, the polar plot starts at when omega is 0. When omega is 0, magnitude is infinity, somewhere in the infinity at an angle of minus 90. Then it moving towards the 0 magnitude. This is 0 magnitude. This is minus 180. This is minus 90. Okay, so the plot will be like this. So this is omega 0. This stage omega is infinity. This is the typical plot for the type 1 second order system. Type 1 but second order system. Next we consider g of s equal to, we can add now one more first order factor. Okay, so k divided by s into 1 plus s tau 1, 1 plus s tau 2. Understand? 1 plus s tau 2. So in this case, what happened? So I already informed you that this every first order factor contributes a minus 90 degree, right? Minus 90 degree. So it ended minus 90. So what happened? The same plot. So but it terminates at another minus 270 degree, right? So I will tell you. So this is the polar plot for this transfer function. That is type. This is type 0, type 1, order 3. So it starts at the infinity and approaches towards the minus, right? So this is when omega is 0, it is increasing manner. So at this stage, k equal to magnitude is infinity. So here omega is infinity, magnitude is 0. So this transfer function, this is the typical transfer function. This is minimum phase system. This based on tau 1, tau 2, we can gain, based on this gain, we can have the system as stable or not, right? But it crosses the minus 180 degree negative real axis. So this point is called, omega PC, omega PC. Understand? So what will be the magnitude? This magnitude. So this magnitude. So say this is, say x. What is x? Okay. So x is normally this x is normally called k into tau 1 plus this variation. This cross is x. Okay. But totally this point is varying from 0 to k plus k into tau 1 plus tau 2. K into tau 1 plus tau 2. So what is this x? The x is nothing but minus x, okay, is nothing but k into tau 1 tau 2 divided by tau 1 plus tau 2. Understand or not? So I will explain how we get this. Okay. So what is how to find out these values? Let us see. Let us see later. First we finish all the transfer functions. Understand? So what happened if let us see this transfer function. This is a typical, not typical, but a new one. It will be expecting in the examinations. A tau s, tau z, okay, divided by a tau z, yes, as tau z divided by 1 plus tau ps. When a is greater than 1, so what is the type? This is the type 0 system. Okay. So what is the typical polar plot for this system? Right. So typical polar plot for the system is it starts at magnitude 1, ends at a, right? Ends at a. So this is semicircle in the upper side. It is moving from say omega 0 to omega infinity. So omega increasing this. Same if for the same transfer function, if this a value is less than 1, the same curve, okay, it is in the reversed fact, reversed semicircle. 1, this is a, omega increasing. Understand? Next, we see the system with the transportation lag. Okay, first order with the dead time. This is called first order, k by 1 plus s tau. This is a first order system. E to the power, this is minus s tau g. Say tau g. So what is s tau g? Tau g is lag. Okay, the lag. So the phase angle of the system is, what is the phase angle of the system? Omega tau g. Omega phase angle is omega tau g. Understand? So what is the transportation, the polar plot for this transportation lag system? Okay, the lag system. The transportation lag is e to the power minus s tau g. So when e to the power, when the transportation lag s tau g, this decreases, okay, decreases the stability of the system. This when we add a lag in the system, it decreases the stability of the system. The stability of the system. Understand? Clear? Stability of the system. So what is the polar plot for this type of system? Okay. So when it starts with the k, when omega is 0, it starts with k, then it go on rotating, finally ends at the same side, right? So this is when omega increasing, this is when omega infinity. The point here is omega increasing. Understand? So this is the transportation lag. Next, we go for type 1 transportation, type 1 system with the transportation lag. You see, this is type 0. This is type 0, first order plus dead type. Okay, first order system, order is 1. Next we see G of a same system with type 1 second order system. K e to the power minus s tau g divided by s into 1 plus s tau. See, as when we add this s shift the starting point from 0 to minus 90 degree. Because of this, contributes some another minus 90 degree at the terminating stage. So what will be the polar plot, right? So the polar plot for this transportation first order type 1 system is it starts at minus 90 when omega is 0. It starts here, same circle formation, okay, but where it ends at where it ends at right, it's shifting, but it ends at the 0 degree, right? No, sorry, this should end here, because if you see so let us substitute s equal j omega. So when where is the phase angle? This minus this contributes one angle. So okay, already one lag is there, so it should end at this point only, right? So it has one lag. So this is different from other cases, but the initial point is at an angle of minus 90. So it starts here and goes rounding another round, it ends here. So omega 0 at this point, omega is infinity, magnitude is 0. This point magnitude is infinity. So at an angle of minus 90. So this is the typical polar plot. Okay, next we consider this transfer function g of s equal to k divided by s square. This is the type 2 system, s tau. So type 2 system means the initial point is shifted to minus 180. So obviously it shifted to minus 180 and ends at same minus 180 to minus 270, right? Say that the plot when omega is increasing, it starts minus 180. So when minus 90, it starts here. When minus 180, when omega is 0, it starts here and end at minus 270. Right? So this is omega increasing. So this point magnitude is 0, omega is infinity. Understand? So when we go for one more order, say g of s equal to k by type 3 system, okay, s cube, type 3 order 4, s tau. So what is the polar plot for this transfer function? My dear, can you tell me? So it starts at minus 270, ends at minus 360, that is 0, right? So typical plot is like this. So omega increasing, omega from 0 to infinity, right? Increasing. This is type 3 order 4. Next, g of s equal to k into 1 plus s the whole cube square. This is type 3, order 3, type 3, order 3, right? But it has repeated zeros, okay? So 2 zeros are there because numerator content. So what is the, what happened to the polar plot for this transfer function? So polar plot for this transfer function will be, it starts from minus 270 and it ends at 0 magnitude at minus 90, right? So the crossing point is 2 times k. This is 2k, minus 2k, right? So this is minus 180. This is minus 270. This is minus 90. Okay, so it is starting when omega is 0 to, at this juncture, what is omega? Increase. Okay, understand or not? So these are all the typical polar plot for different transfer functions. Please remember the polar plot for different transfer functions. Understand? Let's see our first order, first type 1 third order system we already seen. So let's see. This is the transfer function. So let us consider this is the typical case, typical transfer function for the system. Okay, so let's find the gain margin and the phase margin. Okay, gain crossover frequency and phase crossover frequency. Say let g of s equal to k 1 divided by s into 1 plus s tau 1. Clear? 1 plus s tau 2. Okay, so what is the phase crossover frequency and gain crossover frequency? Okay, so how to find, first to convert this transfer function into frequency transfer function. This, then you look into the transfer function whether it is in pole zero form or time constant form, right? So we can have, we can also add k also. Okay, let us find the transfer function. So frequency transfer function equal to g of j omega equal to 1 divided by j omega 1 plus j omega tau 1 1 plus j omega tau 2. Understand? So from this, what is the phase angle? What is the magnitude? So what is the magnitude? Magnitude equal to 1 divided by omega, then square root of 1 plus omega square tau 1 square, 1 plus omega square tau 2 square. What is the phase angle expression? For this j omega minus 90, for the numerator 0, so minus 90 minus tan inverse of omega tau 1 minus tan inverse of omega tau 2. Understand? So this is the phase angle expression. Okay. So what is called the omega PC? Okay, first we consider phase crossover frequency. What is omega PC? The frequency at which the phase angle is minus 180 degree. That means phase angle of g of j omega equal to minus 180 degree. So let us substitute here in this expression. Minus 180 degree equal to minus 90 minus tan inverse of omega tau 1 minus tan inverse of omega tau 2. Understand? So you bring this to this side. So it becomes minus 90 equal to minus of tan omega tau 1 plus tan inverse of omega tau 2, right? So minus minus cancel. Now apply tan on both sides, angle tan on both sides. Last class I made a mistake. You please remember here. Sorry, the last class I made a small mistake in the formula. That's why I confused. So tan of A plus or minus B equal to tan A plus or minus, sorry, can have here tan of A plus or minus B equal to tan A plus or minus tan B divided by 1 minus plus tan A into tan B. Please remember, this formula is most important in many cases. So when I apply tan on both sides here, so tan 90 equal to tan inverse of omega tau 1 plus tan inverse of omega tau 2, right? So when we apply tan 90 is infinity. Say 1 by 0, something 0. Anything by 0 is infinity. Let us take 1 by 0, right? So here tan, this is considered A, this is B. So tan inverse tan, so becomes omega tau 1, this is omega tau 2, right? We can simply write omega tau 1 plus omega tau 2 divided by 1 minus omega tau 1 into omega tau 2. Understand? So we cross multiply this and this becomes 1 minus, this becomes 1 minus. So also substitute wherever omega is there, substitute omega PC. So this is omega PC because for angle of 180 minus 180. So omega PC. So I am going to write here as omega PC square tau 1 tau 2 equal to 0. So this is equal to omega PC equal to, you bring to right side, you can simply get square root of tau 1 tau 2. Tau 1 tau 2. This is one method of finding the phase crossover frequency. So omega PC equal to 1 by tau square root of tau 1 tau 2 radian per second. Understand or not? So this is called phase crossover frequency. Next is what is gain crossover frequency? What is gain crossover frequency? Omega GC. What is omega GC? The frequency at which the magnitude is unity. Am I right or wrong? So omega GC is magnitude is unity. Okay, forget about that. What is gain margin? Gain margin is magnitude of G of j omega, inverse magnitude of G of j omega. Inverse magnitude of G of j omega. Understand? What is magnitude of G of j omega? Here, this is in inverse magnitude of G of j omega at omega PC. So substitute omega PC value. Omega, instead of omega, substitute omega PC value. So gain margin. First, let's find the magnitude of G of j omega at omega PC, right? 1 divided by omega. So what is phase omega? Square root of omega square, right? Let us substitute. So here 1 by omega PC, square root of tau 1, tau 2 into square root of 1 plus, if you take the square root, it becomes, right? So we can write this becomes omega square, tau square, right? Omega square, tau square. Omega square is 1 by tau 1, tau 2 into tau 1 square. Okay, tau 1 cancel. So tau 1 by tau 2. Then here 1 plus becomes tau 2 by tau 1, right? So if you take LCM for this and this, so it becomes, so if you simplify this, you will be getting this root cancel. So becomes tau 1, tau 2 divided by tau 1 plus tau 2. If we have gain k in the numerator, so we can add k here. Please remember, if we have gain here, gain k in the numerator, that will not affect in the phase response, but it will affect in the gain margin, the gain. So we can add k here. Okay, remember that when we have a k in the numerator in the transfer function, we can multiply with this value. So what is gain margin now? Gain margin equal to inverse of, right? So inverse of means tau 1 plus tau 2 divided by k times tau 1, tau 2. This is gain margin. Understand? So if from the polar plot, after plotting the polar response, how to find the k value for different gain margin and the phase margin? Okay. So say consider this case, the polar plot for this k value. We don't know what is the exact k, okay, for this transfer function, but the response polar plot is typically like this. Okay, so this is the frequency omega PC. So what is omega PC? Omega PC equal to 1 by square root of tau 1, tau 2. Clear? So what is gain margin? So what is magnitude this distance? K into tau 1, tau 2 divided by tau 1 plus tau 2. This is the magnitude. Okay. Inverse magnitude of this is called the gain margin. Suppose we don't know this exact k. So for a particular value of k, the question is like this. For particular value of gain margin, what is the value of k? Okay, what is the value of k for particular value of gain margin? In that case, we have to start with by assuming k equal to 1. By assuming k equal to 1. Understand? So suppose from the plot, by assuming k equal to 1, suppose for example I am telling, suppose gain margin for k equal to 1 is 25 dB, or sorry, 25 okay, let us take some value. Understand what I am saying. For particular value of gain margin, suppose the gain margin in dB is 28. Okay, 28 dB. Okay, suppose for k equal to 1, for in the particular equation, gain margin is 28 dB. Phase margin equal to say 76 degree. Okay, 76 degree. So first case, what will be the K value for gain margin of some value? So what is the gain margin of say with the K equal to 1, it cuts at minus 180 degree. When K equal to 1, it cuts where it cuts. You have to find where it cuts at minus 180 degree, minus 180 degree at that point. Okay, at that point, and corresponding that point, consider the gain value as GB, right? That is say that corresponding when K equal to 1 minus 180 degree, where it cuts, suppose it cuts at the value of you consider that value as G1 equal to 0.04. So what is gain margin corresponding to that? Gain margin equal to 1 by 0.04. It becomes 25. Okay, 25 in dB. In GB, it is the value is in gain margin 28 dB. Understand? Okay. So now the K has to be reduced to 18 dB. So we have to find the K value for value of 18 dB. So that to determine K for gain margin of 18 dB. 18 dB. So what happened? So this point is say K18, G18. Okay, G18. So what is the magnitude corresponding to this point? Say you consider this as A. So GA equal to GA corresponding to 18 dB. So convert this dB into numeric form. So 20 log X equal to 18 dB. 20 log X equal to 18 dB, or 20 log 1 by A. Okay, 1 by GA. 1 by GA equal to 18 dB. So what is GA? So GA equal to I am getting approximately 0.125. 0.125. So what GA value is 0.125 by taking this say 1 by A. This is log 1 by GA equal to 18 by 20. Then what is GA? 1 by GA equal to 10 power 18 by 20. You please do it using calculator, my dear students. 10 to the power 18 by 20, right? So if you substitute, if you calculate this power value, we will be getting a 0.125. GA equal to 0.125. I am getting, right? So GA equal to 0.125. GX equal to 0.04, right? So what is the K value? K value equal to GA divided by GX. What is GA by GX? 0.125 divided by 0.125 divided by 0.04. 0.04, right? So you will be getting 3.125. So this is the K value for the gain margin of 18 dB, right? Similarly, if particular phase margin, say I consider from this system, I consider the phase margin is 76. Actually, when keeping K equal to 1, by substituting K equal to 1, I drawn the polar plot. After drawing the polar plot, I got phase margin. So phase margin of 76 degree. So what I have to do is, we have to find the K value to determine K for phase margin of 60 degree. Phase margin of 60 degree. Am I right? Phase margin of 60 degree. So what is say this is consider 5 GC, right? 5 GC X, right? First is 5 GC X. Okay, understand? So phase GCX equal to, this is the phase margin. This is the, let phi GCX is the determinant, it's a particular phase margin. So phase margin is 60 degree equal to 180 plus phi GCX. So phi GCX equal to, we'll be getting phi GCX equal to minus 120 degree, minus 120 degree. Okay, in the polar plot of minus 120 degree line cuts at a point A. So in the polar plot, in the polar plot, it cuts, the minus 120 degree cuts at a point, say at the point, consider it point is A, okay, in the unity circle, with the unity circle, point A in the unity circle, understand? So let GA is the magnitude at the point, GA is the magnitude of G of omega at the point A. Let GX, okay, let GX is the, this is the, GA is the magnitude of G of J omega at point A. GX is the magnitude of G of J omega at point B. Okay, point X. So from the plot we have to find GA. From the plot we found GA. Okay, the GA for this phase, GA equal to 0.425 and GX equal to 1. This is always 1 when keeping magnitude. So then what is K? K is GX by GA. That is 1 divided by 0.425. So what I am getting K here is, please students calculate K equal to 2.353. So this is the method of finding the different phase margin and get the K value for the given phase margin and gain margin. Understand or not? So this is all the important points regarding your polar plots. Understand? Polar plots. Thank you very much for watching our channel. Please subscribe, press the bell button. Thank you very much.